are learning today about how he started the company. He's the CEO of Probiosanus, and he will tell us today how a little bit, if you could tell us about a little bit about how you start the company, because most of my audience are entrepreneurs, and they are very interested in how you started this idea, and this will be very exciting for them also. Also how all started from scratch, and how you got the idea. It will be very interesting for the audience to begin a little bit with the history of your brand, and how it started, and also all the journey that
Yeah.
take take us to today.
You said a great word, a journey.
Mhm.
So actually, the company itself, it's not new. We have, a birthday of, I think it was from like the official registration, it's like 11 or 12 years now. But the product that you see behind me, the craft line, that one is very recent and very new. So I must say that, you know, I'm in charge, but I'm not the founder. The company started off as basically a science experiment, to be honest. It was a group of very intelligent, like real lab scientists who, back in those days, wanted to create a natural cleaner that works. Because imagine 10 years ago, we already had the wave of organic natural products coming into the market, but it was mainly food. It was mainly supplements. Even cosmetics were not that much around back in those days. Yeah. And cleaners was not really a topic that anyone delved into. It was considered that, to clean, a cleaner has to be strong, full of chemicals, maybe ethanol, full of it. So everything dies and it's clean. And that's the standard definition of what is clean. The goal was to maybe do it using natural ingredients, because chemicals, we know, they don't do any good in terms of you as a human being, your health, the health of you, your family, your pets, the ones who live in that house that you clean. So the goal was that. It took 2 years to just establish the lab itself. At that time, the lab was one of the best in the Baltic states, right? Which Lithuania is one of them. It's Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. And the work was started. Uh, in total, if I'm not mistaken, more than 800 different ingredient mixes were thrown around until we found something that truly worked to our expectations, that clean the homes as efficiently as the chemical alternatives, right? Yeah. Um, while being enthusiastic about the idea and actually creating the product, we realized that, okay, the home is clean, right? But we thought about, like, what is truly clean? We're doing this to have a healthy home. How about we even enhance it? And the idea of probiotics came to light. That was even a bigger challenge. As you can see, like, time is going on. We're not rushing to the market. We want to create a truly great, fantastic product. We're not in a rush. Our goal is first to create a fantastic product, then we go. So we decided, okay, probiotics is would be a great add-on. Why? Because when you clean, if you constantly use chemicals and you wipe out everything, bad bacteria are adapted better to regrow than good bacteria. And long term, this is in studies, it's not something actually new in studies. Uh, Bad bacteria have a faster growth rate, and your home, your environment becomes basically a nest for them. So you might think that, okay, I'm wiping out everything, I'm doing good for myself. Yeah, the actual surface is clean at the moment, but later on you'll have bad bacteria populating faster, and it's bad for your health. Allergies, sickness, not just for you, children, pets, and etc. But for us to add the probiotics into the product, we need a special technology. So they don't die, they're alive, they're microorganisms, right?
Mhm.
So we create a special technology. We have a patent for it. they're encapsulated, meaning that when you actually use the product and it gets in contact with air, with surfaces, only then do they come alive. Then, the environment that you just clean, first of all, in a natural way, there's no like toxic residual left around. It's natural ingredients that you just clean. There's more good bacteria than bad. They populate faster, meaning that the bad bacteria have less space to grow, and the environment is cleaner, fresher for longer, and it's better for your health. Not just yours, again, your family, your pets, the people who live in that environment. So as soon as we got the technology, we first tested it out with some lines in a local market, which is Lithuania. We went to the supermarket. The supermarkets, the bigger stores. Behind me, we have some medals. So it says like best new product of the year in Lithuania, 2017. It's when we started with those test lines in Lithuania. As time went on, we got better, more feedback, better formulas, and etc. And in 2022, late 22, we created the craft line. It's something that you're introduced with. So it's our most luxurious, best defined product. It has purely natural ingredients, premium ingredients, probiotics inside. It has an aesthetic look. It's concentrated, so you don't have to have big bottles stored. You don't have to use a lot. They're in a recycled plastic bottles, so the values are still there. And it has a very sleek design. You can just leave it, on your counter, and it looks great. You don't have to hide it when your friends come to visit. So we got in late 2022. We went to a fair in London. It's where all the new natural products and brands come together to show off. And we got third place as the best new product in Europe. So we're now in the beginning stages of just finding our first retailers. That's why naturally our relationship started, right? We want to be those who create, do the research, constantly develop the product, create marketing materials, explanations why it's good. And we want to have a partner network that have an audience of people who care. They care about their health, they care about their home, their family's health, and establish a network of happy relationships. So I'm sorry I gave a long explanation, but you said journey, and sometimes
Yes,
journey
it's
is longer.
very interesting, and this is what our audience love, that to know the founder and how and also know the process, and this journey of it really took a lot of time and effort, and this is very important, I think, for our audience also, that a good product is is much better than to take the time to develop and to get it right. And also it was not easy. I guess it was not easy, that you also could share us some difficulties in the process, that really
Yeah, just
something that was some obstacles also, that you was able also to.
yeah. In general, you make a fair point that if you want to create something of quality, especially we deal with human health. It comes contact with humans. It's the
Mhm.
environment that we live in. It's homes of families. So we didn't want to rush. We wanted to be responsible. And we have to test everything. When we create a product, it's not just whether it works or not, or how great it works. Okay, is it still good after half a year, 2 years, 3 years? You have to do all of that testing. We wanted to get proof of what we have done. So you may have noticed something that's very unusual, like in cleaning products, we have EcoCert certificates, very rare. Why? Because it takes time. You have to um, prove that all of your materials that you use are EcoCert certified. You have testings in your manufacturing plant. You want to have different, like vegan certificate, ISO certificates. All of those, they take time. We want to have legitimate research. It has to be done in a lab. That takes time. So it's a long process that you have to go through. It's painful. it's painful only that you develop, you then as soon as you think you're at the end, you got another great idea, now you're adding it. But at some point you arrive, and we arrived with the craft line, and now it's the launch. So we took our time because it's we're dealing with human health, and you have to also prove yourself. There's a lot of things you have to do.
Yes, totally agree, Linus. And one other thing that interests also my audience is to know how you do the marketing, because this is a very special product, and what approach you take to do the marketing. Like which channels do you use? In, for example,
Mhm.
you go on social media, or it's more like a organic grow or mouth to mouth on, because the product is everything is based on the product that is so unique, and you have all these benefits. How you communicate those benefits of your product in your marketing? This is very
Mhm.
interesting for our audience to know.
Yeah. Okay. So for the marketing part, we understand that our product is rather unique. It has a very unique selling points. It's natural cleaner. It's self-explanatory. You have it in your mind why it's better. Natural ingredients, probably better than chemical ingredients. While probiotics, some of us know why it's good for our like intestines and our health, but in cleaners, what the hell? What does it mean? Why is it good? And etc. We have to explain that. We understand that, especially as we started, delving into our first partners, retailers. We understand that we have to help explain that. That's why inside, in-house, we now have we have dedicated personnel whose job is to create marketing materials, meaning we have it based on categories. Whether you're a physical shop or an e-com store or both, we have things that we can offer you. So let's say a physical store, stands, brochures, leaflets. We have a retailer's handbook, meaning for you as the retailer to maybe train your staff, explain, etc. We're in the process of making video teachings, right, for your staff and for you, if interested. We'll try to have it, I think, in maybe like 2 to 3 weeks or so from now when we're shooting this podcast. We'll have it in all of the major European languages because we understand that, um, if someone is selling in their local market, they want to explain their local language. So we'll have all those major languages. If you're an e-com shop, it's not just product descriptions, photos, and etc. We can help with visuals, banners, various videos, and etc. If it's an e-com shop that does quite good volume, it has a customer base already. The best thing is always to maybe try the product, have a little sample. We're down to that. We're trying to do everything from our part, having personnel dedicated for it, to create it, designers and etc. But we also talk with our partners and we just ask, okay, what's your business? How does it usually run with customers? How do you display the products? Where? Let's talk about it. Everyone has a dedicated manager that they can simply call, and the manager actually calls you and asks, how can we help? What's your store? How's it run? Where do you display the products? Okay, maybe we can do this and this and this. What do you need? Maybe it says, look, I need a poster. We have some on the back, but I need it in a different way. Sure, we write it down. We have it. So we understand that our product is unique. We have to work on it. And we try to do the best we can to have standardized solutions, but we also work with all of our partners and try to have individual ones as well. We understand it's on our part.
That's great. You go the extra mile for your clients, and you customize the marketing for them as well. So it's very hard to find companies that are so like family. I understand that it's like a family, and
That's
you
a
give
very
that
nice
value to the end user and to the consumer, and that's amazing. Also, Linus, one thing that I wonder, like, then because your product is premium, and sometimes you get the rejection of, oh, the price should be very expensive, but how you deal with sometimes with the price problem with
Mhm.
if someone or want to buy your products but think, oh, it's a little bit expensive, but maybe they don't see that the other products are super dangerous. They can contain forever chemicals. Or if you could also explain me what are the hazards of not paying like a little bit more for your products, and maybe putting your family, your kids, even your, if you have a dog or so. I heard like it's terrible, and also for the environment, what other chemicals and other cleaning products are using nowadays, and how you
Yeah,
can tell us a little bit about how dangerous for the environment, and the hazards that the families are. Maybe they are not concerned about what they are putting in the house, and maybe
yeah,
they get to the supermarket, they buy bio organic food, but even
that's an interesting point. Yeah,
think it could be also dangerous, because they are making the right decision to go bio in the food, but they are bringing forever chemicals, and chemicals that I really don't know, because I'm not a chemist, but could be also dangerous to bring those products to your house. I think if you could explain us and our audience the benefits, and why is that we have to pay a little bit more, but the benefits that we are getting has
perfect.
no money.
Sure, Lorenz. So I'll split that question into two. So one is
Yes,
the price,
exactly.
the price, and it's very linked to explaining the benefits of the product.
Uh-huh.
And the other is actual uh, point that you made, that, for example, people are used to now spend money on organic food, but later on, for example, you eat that food on a plate that you just washed with chemicals. So it kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Or you store your food in that same Tupperware that you washed with something that's hazardous for your health. So that point is, it's great that you brought it up yourself, but uh, we have noticed that now people are getting more aware. So natural cosmetics and natural cleaning products are now taken into consideration. I think food is just the most natural first part of getting that awareness of what influences your health and your mood every day, the mood of you, your family. So we do feel that people are more aware from that's from their own side, but from our side, coming in as a luxury product with a high price, you have to also explain that value. Now, before that, I'll give you an interesting fact, because we do have some retailers that wanted to jump the gun, white label, the product, and do their own brand. And most of them, not most of them, all of them, actually sell for higher prices than we recommend. But how do they do that, right? And it tackles that price question. They have an audience that already is quite strict about their health. They really check what do they eat, what they drink, what they touch, what they wear, what they put on their skin, on their hair. So it's very natural then to add the question of, what do I clean my home with? And once they get introduced to a product that does it in a natural way, and it affects not just whether that surface has a dirty spot on it or not, but it affects you, your health, your mood. Because if you're unhealthy, you probably won't be happy. And you just your everyday quality of life. And then when you think about that, in that nice house that I just cleaned, also the people that I love or the pets that I love, they're all in here together. Well, maybe I should invest a little bit more and have us living in a clean, healthy home, feeling great, having longer perspectives to enjoy life and each other. Maybe that extra, I don't know, 5, 10 euros from a chemical BS product is worth it in their eyes. Just as organic food is more expensive than non-organic, but those people go the extra mile. So I really feel that it's a question of, yeah, people are coming in with more awareness from their side, but the retailer has to explain that, look, you already know about the food, you already know about maybe cosmetics. Now look, think about how you clean your home, explain the values of our product, and then everything makes sense. Everything makes perfect sense. Again, it's a previous question that you asked. We have to provide the marketing materials as well for it. And our job is to teach our retailers, help them explain those selling points. Once those are explained, and the person understands that it's not just something I use to clean a dirty spot, but it's a more holistic product that deals with me, my health, my family's health, then that price becomes a secondary considerate when buying. Yeah, so that would be, I think, an answer.
Yes, thanks, Linus. And just to end up with a question that I always ask to to the guest is, what are your plans for the future, and exciting plans, exciting new products, or what are you thinking now in your at your company to
Yeah.
implement, and new exciting news that you could share with us, and also uh, w- uh, why are the reasons also to for the new plans?
Yeah. So for us, or most, let's say, I can tell you a short-term plan and a long-term plan.
Yes,
Short-term plan is develop a chain of retailers that you used a very good word, family, that we have a happy relationship with. They match our values, their customers match their values, and it's a nice chain of everyone is happy. During that time, we want to make sure that we are able to explain the benefits of our products, because then it's a different experience buying and using them once you know the actual science behind it and what it does to you. In that process, again, we're creators, so we know that we want to expand our product range. So, for example, now we're testing glasses and mirrors cleaner. We know we want to go into, also, you clean your home, but you also have to clean your car, right? The interior of it. You have to clean your shoes after sport. There's many things product wise that we want to get into, but for now I kind of want to keep it a secret. You promise,
exactly.
but then you again have to test, make sure it's great before you launch it. So we have a lot of things going on backstage. It's mostly done with product development, because we're sure that once we have the retailers that try out our products, they'll be craving for more, and we want to supply that more. So that's our long-term plan, and we're in the process of doing it, creating a family outside the company, but also, of course, inside the company. Make sure that everyone works together, is happy, that it's a chain from the product to the actual manufacturer. So that's our plans.
That's great, Linus. Thank you so much. And just the final question will be like, what a piece of advice could you give one entrepreneur that is out there and wants to start, like you start this journey, or is having like a shop, brick and mortar, or they want to sell your products in an e-commerce? What a good advice for them that could help them
Mhm.
create a value as well.
Like, let's say, what really helps for us inside the company, I think, is having a product that actually does good. Because this is just my personal opinion, that the business world is filled with actually lots of services and products that, yeah, you make money, but you know that you might not be adding extra value in the world at the end of the day. And for us, if you notice, the story is long. It takes time creating the products, getting building up that whole network of retailers that you're happy with, creating all of the marketing materials, creating products. Everything takes time. It takes patience. Having that patience is way easier if you know that your business, your product, your service is actually a value, and you're trying to make the world a better place. So that really helps you. I think it helps your staff. It helps pull through the times that are not so fun, maybe, because life is what? It's a roller coaster ride, right? So I think that really helps. And I would suggest for all who are starting, or working right now to just have that perspective in mind and try to do good, not just go for money. And then everything becomes way easier, even the money. So that would be my advice.
Thank you so much, Linus, for being with me today and sharing these
Okay.
golden nuggets with my audience that I know it will be very helpful for them. Thank you so much, Linus.
Thank you, Lorenz. We'll wait to see the interview. I'm happy that you called.